Welcome. I'm Diane Yellow Light, a certified psychic, intuitive medium life coach. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit about the millennium and the aspects of where we're at. We are in a cycle of what we call the Sagittarius vibration, which is allowing each and every one of us to come to terms with our lives, to get growth, to get a view of happiness, the possibilities, the ability to have more things happen in a positive aspect, how to create and get movement. We've come out of a lot of cycles that is into astrology, that also goes into a lot of things that stirred the pot, stirred the souls, stirred the things inside of each and every one of us. So many of us and most of us found ourselves in turmoil, a lot of upsetness, a lot of things that needed to be resolved in ourselves, a lot of anger in relationships, jobs, circumstances, because that's the cleansing. We have to bring up the roots, the chakras. The root chakra that is have carries the thread that allows us to go into the negative vibration. Bring that all the way up to the gut and the heart chakra and the intuitive part of ourselves so that we could have it come up and out. Kind of, you could say that we're all in kind of a purging aspect of our lives right at this time frame. Some are not. Some are not taking advantage of this lifetime. But you know what? That's what life here is all about. It's free choice of will. We can choose to live this however we want to do so. We have X amount of energy. We have X amount of days to live. And whatever we do in those days, we're responsible for. But we're also responsible for the greatness they give us or the greatness they don't. If you live as a victim, you're going to be a victim. If you live as an egotistical person, you're going to be egotistical. If you live as an angry person, you're going to be an angry person. If you live of a victim person, you're going to be a victim. Everything that you think in your mind and you give yourself a label to, you're going to be presenting that to the world and to yourself. So in this millennium right now, we have a great opportunity to really rearrange what I call our furniture inside of ourselves, get rid of some stuff and bring in some new so that our house is much better in balance with where we're going to go into the future. We've got lots of struggles yet. There's lots of earth changes yet. There's lots of things that's going to happen between countries of war. There's going to be lots of problems with electricity, lots of problems with oil, lots of problems with pollution, lots of problems with destruction of the earth, destruction of the solar system. 2012 actually put us to the end of that cycle. However, the cycle of it totally ending is what we're into now. Now comes the co-creation of what that was all about. Weeding it out, getting rid of the weeds, making the flowers grow, cleaning up the garden, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're at this time frame. And I would ask each and every one of you to go in there and clean out your house or fix up your garden inside of you so that you can take advantage of the blessings that are bestowed upon earth and you right at this time frame, that because your vibrational energy cannot feel them or see them, you don't pick them up. We're just energy, and if you've got an energy 0 and your blessing of love comes from the energy level of 7, you're never going to feel it or find it. And you're going to go into the insanity of thinking you can control or manipulate it or change others. The only thing you can do is bring that energy level up. And that's all we're doing here is bringing our energy levels up. And the more we do, it's just like if you were blind and you had an operation and you were starting to be able to see, you would see at level 1. You'd see so much, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, 5 more. And when you get to level 7, you go, wow, I can really see. This is awesome because now you can see things you never saw. That's the blessings. They're intangible. They're hard to know that are there unless you're in tune with them. And then when you do receive the blessings, then it's very, very important to be appreciative of and thank them. And a lot of times we need to pay it forward in this life so we can get everybody on track. So this year, just like it's been a year of a lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of people coming out knowing who they really are but not wanting to change it. People in relationships know what they're doing, but they don't want to change it because fear is there. Fear of change is there. Fear of the unknown is there. And when we know something, we don't fear it. But are we being constructive with what we know? Is it destroying us, or is it building us up, or others, or the world? We are in a millennium that will eventually come into co-creation. We've got about 8 years before we can turn and build this whole scenario and turn it around. The more people do, the quicker it'll become. The more people become responsible for who their authenticity is and give them the love, self-love, and courage and strength to resolve the problems or situations or their adventure, which I've talked about in other videos, then they can grow. And when you grow, you can receive more energy. When you receive more energy, you grow and feel better. You have more knowledge, you get more energy. And eventually you dissolve all the fear-based situations, adventures that are in your life. And dissolving them happens in many ways. Sometimes we have to move forward and leave people behind. Sometimes we join people that we've left behind because we've grown and they've grown. Sometimes we walk out and stand on our own. It all depends upon the circumstances, where you're at, what you're presenting to the world, the blessings that you see. I just know the more that you receive and see, the more that you get, the more appreciative you become, the more your prayers are being heard and answered and manifest in the now. And we must stay in the now. Any kind act that you do always enhances itself. Any destructive act you do always enhances itself too. But it goes to the lower energy level, and then you drop levels. If you're at level 2, you can't afford to drop much. If you're at level 7, you can drop a lot, but you won't like it because 7 is a beautiful vibration compared to 1 or 2. And we're talking about any energy fields, chakras, movements, things like that. Being number 1 to self in the right way is extremely important, because then you can be number 1 to another person and let another person be number 1 to you, because you'll get the passion to let them grow. So there's a lot of blessings in this year. There's going to be a lot of destruction in this year. There's going to be a lot of chaos in this year. We've already had the unusual weathers and the struggles and so forth. More to come. More to come in our government, more to come in the system. So be prepared by just knowing things are going to happen. They need to, because it's a mess. We as humans have created a huge mess. We got the people in power to do what they wanted, and we didn't stop them in time. We just said, okay, you're in charge, we'll believe it, but we didn't investigate. So we're kind of a mess right now. But that mess is only an adventure, and we can clear that adventure up. Because we can see it as an adventure, we can see solutions. If we see it as a problem, we can't. I have a video on that too. Anyway, the most important thing is that this year is a year that people are not going to be able to hide their feelings. They're not going to be able to run away. There are going to be lots of tragedies in families. There's going to be a lot of people that transcend on unexpectedly. There's going to be a lot of uprootedness in a sense, and that's so that those roots can get cleaned out and become strong. So be aware this year. Understand the sun, the moon, the stars. Be respectful of the earth. Be respectful of your body, of the earth, your temple, not your trash can. Be respectful of others, no matter if you agree with them or not. Be respectful, period. Because when we respect, we love and share and care and give. When we disrespect, we take and destroy and get bitter. So there is lots of changes coming. I don't know so much if everybody's going to be told them way ahead of time, because I believe that we're in a vibrational cycle where we're supposed to experience the unexpected, because the unexpected is what puts us into some kind of a shock. That stops the insanity of our thinking of our ego and whatever's inside of itself that isn't loving. And it kind of helps us to regroup back together. We're going to feel vulnerable and lost most of the time. We're going to feel frustrated, unappreciated. We're going to feel way out of whack with everything. It's going to seem like homework, family, kids, food, air, whatever you're doing is not to the highest good. It is, because we're cleansing. And you know, anytime you cleanse, it's not going to start out looking too cool, but it always turns out being pretty bright, and in the sunshine it dries, and that's what we're doing. So do your part. Be responsible. Respond with reality, compassion, heart, and soul, and do your homework. Get out of everybody else's homework. Let them do their homework so we can all transcend and co-create. The theme of the future is co-creating. And if you don't know what co-creating is, you better understand what it is. Co-creating. You're created, someone else is created, and you co-create together a beautiful synchronicity for the future of self and mankind. And I hope each and every one of you can understand this and get to this beautiful point in life. Doesn't matter what age, sooner the better. Procrastination is a big problem today with people being able to evolve and move themselves. They procrastinate. Tomorrow. Well, those tomorrows go pretty fast. 365 days, 10 years, you're still saying tomorrow. It happens because we don't focus and commit. And when you fall off, you focus and commit. And when you fall off, you focus and you commit until it becomes comfortable for you to focus and commit on what you're working on. And pay it forward. When you go out in the world, say hello, smile, have a good day, nice seeing you, you're doing a good job. I'm glad you have your job security, whatever. Say something in a highness to people. Don't be phony. Just say something. There's always something good we can say about somebody or some situation or adventure, because it is an adventure. Anyway, I'll be more with predictions as we go through the year. It'll be pretty much the same until about June, July. Maybe I think we're coming into another crest in August and September. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. Right now, deal with this time frame that we're in. And the key word is acceptance for what you cannot change. The courage to change the things you can. And the ability to know the difference between the two. You straighten that out in your head, your heart, and your soul, and you'll know exactly what needs to be worked on and what isn't your business. And we're too busy in everybody else's business, and we have too much homework ourselves. So make the world better today. Get on this wheel for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and their children, because they're the foreseers of the future. They're the ones that's going to get this into a different vibration. It's probably going to go out of the barbaric vibration into a high technical, which is where we've been going, to where we create more things that get out of balance. We know how to create them gene-wise, everything. I mean, it's amazing what's going on to the highest good. Just some things we can't see right now. So until next time, I ask each and every one of you to be a part of your future and the future of the world, because you are part of what makes the world what it is. And know that that's very significant. And I'll be back with you at a later time talking about more things and more predictions and more situations and adventures that we need to be experiencing. So until then, I send you peace, love, and light. Know that you can. Know that you will. Know that you are. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.